introduction. My name is Masayuki Kanzaki. Our association, Jemai, is the main secretariat of the National Pilot Project in this year. And this project is managed by Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI. I would like to talk about 3 topics in this presentation. The first one is a short history of National Pilot Project and the current starting point. And at the second, we would like to talk about some results and findings and ongoing experimentation. And at third, I would like to talk about international collaboration. This is a governmental initiative originated in the cabinet decision toward Japan as a low-carbon society. And in the fiscal year of 2008, government decided to launch the preliminary study in order to get the outline for the trial project. And from 2009, they started to the National Pilot Project as a 3-year project. And now we are in the last year. From April to November, pilot project, including the PCR and CFP establishment, and ongoing experimentation is ongoing. And this coming December, we are supposed to study to wrap up 3-year project. And this coming January to March, we will report on CFP pilot project and to realize the privatization of this project. And this initiative, all of the activity of this initiative is based on basic guideline established in the end of preliminary pilot study in the end of fiscal year of 2008. And this was revised in the middle of pilot project, July of 2010. And additional operational rule was drafted, namely reduction quantification and referencing rule of PCRs, and also application guideline of PCR CFP of the field of services product. And based on these documentations, we are still ongoing some experimentation to be summarized to achieve the, to be summarized. And these activities are corresponding to ISO discussions. And I can say that this is a fundamental point of international collaboration. And this is there is a sector there is a chapter of Japanese CFP system characterization that is consisting of goal and scope and the calculation method and the labeling method and the scheme to assure reliability verification. And later, I would like to talk about some reflection of this activity corresponding to the contents of the scope. And from now, I would like to talk about what we have done so far and we are trying to do. Now we have PCRs certified, in total 72. And that evolved companies for certified PCR more than 200. And now we have verified the CFP of the number of 355. And still verification process is ongoing, and several tens of products are supposed to be added to this number. And these are several examples of certified products, flower products, and fire extinguisher or stationary products, and uniform in school or office. In this case, the additional information of use stage scenario are added besides the logo mark. And this is office furnitures. And these resulted products are exhibited in Eco Products Exhibition in each year, held in Tokyo, Japan, in December. And this is the largest eco-conscious products exhibition, and that gathered more than 100,000 people in 3 days. And there is a booth of CFP project, and they're showing this kind of resulted products on the booth. And from now on, I'd like to think about several topics on this initiative, namely consumers' communications and companies' effort on appeal on the company's effort of greenhouse gas reduction, and fairness and reliability. The first point of the scope is consumers' communications. And this is an example of carbon footprint products displayed in supermarket. Consumers can check the certified product on the supermarket like this. And at the same time, we are organizing the workshop for consumers. And in most of the case, the auditor of the workshops are highly environmentally conscious people. And I heard that from several auditors that they think carbon footprint is a very challenging project. And it seems to me that once such kind of auditor gets a concept of life cycle thinking, they started to have the many questions for life cycle of products. And we are also organizing this lecture in school. And the reflection of these students are very simple. They simply surprised at the relatively new concept of life cycle of products. And so at the same time, they also surprised at the fact that even non-energy using products are emitted greenhouse gas in its life cycle. And the second point of the scope is organizations or companies' effort. Each company needed to find a hot spot in its life cycle, and they needed to appeal their own effort of GHG reduction. And I'd like to mention about the reduction quantification. Japanese initiative started to prepare for reduction quantification in the middle of a pilot project. And this is based on the request from participants. And this concept are based on ISO 40044 LCA methodology and ISO 40025 communication methodology. And there are several requirements. The same PCR shall be used for calculations and others, like mentioned here. And experimentation is ongoing right now. And I'd like to talk about the fair system and reliability. The first point of reliability and fairness and reliability is PCR approach. And I'd like to say that PCR is a communication tool according to ISO 40025. And the key word is transparency. And that is why many people are now interested in the PCR approach. And our procedure for developing PCR consisting of two parts, PCR planning registration. Each companies who wants to have a PCR, they need to organizing the working groups consisting of the interest parties. And we found that range of the PCR is very difficult to arrange, and sometimes PCR range tends to be too narrow. And the second steps of PCR developing is certification. And we are doing public comment on website as an open consultation during 5 days. And certification is 2 steps, a review by independent verifier and examination by PCR review panel. And as a result, we had 72 PCRs in total in this 3 years project. And the second point of fairness and reliability is establishment of a database. We have prepared a database of the more than 1,000 GHG data, and still now we are on the way of preparing additional generic data. And you can see this database on website, but I'm afraid to say that this is only in Japanese now, right now. And the last point of fairness and reliability is verification of CFP. According to ISO 40025, independent verification is necessary for B2B, and third-party verification is necessary for B2C. And this project decided to conduct a third-party verification for all of the products. And in our program, CFP verification panel examiners CFP is verified by 2 steps. And I would like to say that as a CFP based on life cycle assessment study on products, verification is different from ISO 40064. And I said that because verification of carbon footprinting including 2 aspects. The first one is life cycle aspects. Because of these aspects, each company have to conduct it sometimes generating a scenario for use stages or applying the secondary data for raw material acquisition process. And another aspect is product-based study. And because of that, each company have to conduct the allocation sometimes. And those aspects, the data collection regarding those aspects, CFP verification need to be checked with evidence and validity of adopting the quantification method. And this is strongly requires LCA expertise. I can say that. And also we are conducting experimentation of another option of CFP verification, namely system certification scheme. In this scheme, a company needed to establish a CFP system within a company consisting of the CFP quantification, internal independent verification, and declaration. And after approval of this system, each company is supposed to be able to declare their own CFP without outside or third-party verification. And the last year documentation have been prepared for this experimentation, and right now, several companies, 6 companies in total are joining the experimentation, and that is ongoing right now. And I would like you to visit our website. This website, including the English pages. And today's third topic is international collaboration. At first, I'd like to talk about the CFP database activities. We held several international workshops in this project. The first one is Carbon Footprint Database Asia workshop held in Tokyo in the last February. And the motivation of this workshop is supply chain. Japanese company has their own supply chain, including several processes in Asian countries. And they need to collect the data in each Asian countries. And this motivation is the same as other Asian countries. And that's why we decided to hold this workshop. And we discussed on current condition and future direction of database construction. And we also held the International Symposium on the LCA Global Database Guidance that is held in Tokyo in the last November. And this is for the purpose of high quality and internationally consistent CFP database. Probably I can say that the establishment of LCA database become fundamental of CFP database. And this is in collaboration with the UNEP SETAC Lifecycle Initiative, and followed by the LCA database global guidance workshop held in Shonan, nearby Tokyo, in the last January. And in this workshop, procedure of establishment and scope of LCA database is discussed, resulting in the draft named Global Guidance Principle for LCA database. And as for carbon footprint initiative, in Japan, as I mentioned, pilot project is ongoing, and we have already established probably a robust CFP system and get the know-how and several kinds of experiences. And in various Asian countries, similar activities are ongoing. And in order for each CFP initiative to be effectively constructed, we are extending the relationship to share information in Asia region, as well as worldwide relationship. And in this year, there were several international workshops. The first one is in September in Taipei, and the second one is in this October in Korea. And in this coming February, Japan will hold a kind of summarizing workshop of a national project, inviting the foreign peoples, and to inspire further CFP action. And through these opportunities, we are trying to keep discussion towards the harmonization. That's all of my presentation. Thank you very much.